which Asian-inspired LEGO original action theme should be canceled, and which one should continue onto a beautiful and prosperous life. Between LEGO Ninjago and LEGO Monkie Kid. It's a gruesome battle, let's find out. Today we have two representatives representing each respective theme. On the Ninjago corner, we have world famous, acclaimed, Ninjago YouTuber and expert, Four Corners. And on the Monkie Kid side of things, we have a Journey to the West connoisseur, Monkie Kid professional commentator and expert, as well as a mechanical engineer PhD, Daniel Lewa. Daniel Lewa, how are you feeling about today's war?
I'm feeling great because Monkie Kid is phenomenal theme, amazing sets, amazing show, and maybe it should just last forever. And so I'm excited to absolutely destroy Four Corners.
Four Corners, any initial thoughts before we go into this debate?
I think this is going to be a very easy debate. I haven't talked to Daniel Leo yet about like what he actually stands on, but I feel like he inside knows which theme should kind of continue, and we're going to kind of get through all this and see which one really works out.
Both of them are going to provide their arguments as to which theme should continue, and whilst I play judge, jury, and executioner in making the final decision in the end. Guys, I know you probably think if you're a Ninjago fan, Ninjago should continue. If you're a Monkie Kid fan, Monkie Kid should continue, but please listen to their arguments with an open mind and a contrite spirit, and let's make the decision at the end. Winner of the debate will get a used ultrasonic raider at the end of the video. Daniel Lewa, could you please go ahead with your opening arguments?
Monkie Kid should continue for a few reasons. Firstly, Monkie Kid already has such a huge established lore from Journey to the West and just general Chinese mythology that they still have not drawn from. So many characters, so many stories and locations and just crazy concepts and demons that we just have not seen adapted in either set form or show form. And I think there's just so much more room for that. And I think that for me is the biggest reason why I would definitely want to see Monkie Kid continue. Secondly, the sets have always been fire, some years better than others, but I think Monkie Kid has set the bar so high for what is possible with the LEGO theme.
Four Corners, what is your opening statement before we dive a little bit deeper?
So my opening statement is that Ninjago has proven that it can last forever. Over the years, it's proven that it can reinvent itself, and it has so much more of a wider audience. Therefore, it should go forever, and we can get into the details, but that is my opening statement. I'll keep it short and simple.
Fair enough, fair enough. So Daniel Lewa, you did mention the huge and massive lore of Monkie Kid and Journey to the West. Why do you think that is significant? Why do you think that takes precedent over Ninjago's huge established lore within LEGO form?
Monkie Kid draws on Journey to the West, which is a novel from what, the 1400s? This is ancient established Chinese mythology that goes back centuries. Kai was invented about what, 14 years ago. So if we want to talk about like this lore to draw on, sure, the MK as a character is a new addition, and Tang and all of these, but I think there's still so much room to pull from that really rich tradition.
Do you have any rebuttal to that, Four Corners? Is the lore really significant? Does having a huge ancient lore make for better LEGO sets, or should this be even a category that we rank on?
I agree with Daniel Lewa there. Like, Journey to the West is a really cool story. I was actually introduced to it after Monkie Kid. I feel like the lore is actually where it kind of limits Monkie Kid from being able to last forever. And here's my thing. I think Monkie Kid objectively is a better show, which is why it shouldn't last forever. When you have like such a high level of quality, it just, I mean, they've been ramping up the villain. Now like the villain is just the essence of chaos. I just don't see them going all the way back. And I feel like I kind of want them to end, because Ninjago's honestly kind of went up and down in terms of quality. They can constantly just keep inventing new things. They can turn into Atlantis season one time, a night season one time even. But Monkie Kid, if Monkie Kid was to turn into like a European medieval theme, it's not Monkie Kid anymore. So I think I just respect Monkie Kid a little too much to last forever.
Do you agree, Daniel Lewa? Like, let's talk about the show a little bit specifically, because I know on our channel, Sakuga Builds, we mainly focus on the sets rather than the show, but a lot of people really link this show to their LEGO sets. Do you think that's going to be a problem with Monkie Kid going forward?
Again, for me, priority are the sets. and the sets are generally amazing. The show is just a way to prompt the imagination and to inspire about characters and lore and stuff. I love how Four Corners really served me that softball there by saying it's an objectively better show. His words, not mine. He said that. They could just do the sets without the show, and I still think it would be a great theme. The show just complements it. Would it be better if it just ended? Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have, here is the whole complete package. You know, here are the 3 seasons of Avatar The Last Airbender. Enjoy, instead of dragging things on forever to have Kenobi and Ahsoka and whatever. But I think there's just so much more to be said in Monkey Kid that make it worth it.
Monkey Kid has a limit because you did say there's like a lot of lore, but there will be a cap off point. I think maybe not even like another 7 years, where it kind of reaches this point where it's kind of done all its ideas. Whereas Ninjago can literally be anything. Monkey Kid has a certain identity, but even if Monkey Kid goes away, like the Chinese New Year sets can definitely like kind of substitute in when it leaves. But who's gonna do like Storm Rider mech or Ninja Team combo vehicle when Ninjago is gone?
That's definitely interesting, and I'm not taking Monkey Kid's side here. I'm going to be playing devil's advocate to both of you, but do you think Four Corners that's going to be a detriment to Ninjago continuing forever? Is it going to suffer from an identity crisis?
Ninjago has already kind of went through an identity crisis like multiple times. There's this whole era between the whole like season 11 through 15 period where they're just kind of exploring, seeing if focusing on different characters other than the ninjas. And I feel like Dragon's Rising has finally defined what Ninjago is, and they went all the way in terms of imagination. Now after Dragon's Rising, I don't know what they will do. It's going to be concerning for like how creative they're going to have to be. Ninjago, I think as long as they have brightly colored ninjas that can have like elemental powers, it's gonna be Ninjago, because there's so much things that make Ninjago that isn't necessarily like the bad guys or the lore. I feel like what makes Ninjago is more like its animation style, the characters, the Japanese influence kind of mixed with American vibes.
There's definitely so much you can do with Ninjago as a concept because it isn't tied to anything particularly. They could do whatever, and they have done whatever, and that has been really cool to see. That's fun, but maybe you're right that it has fulfilled its purpose and it's done everything it's needed to do, and now it can die happy.
This is the problem with Ninjago. I'm just going to say it right now, is because you could do anything under the Japanese and ninja umbrella. Honestly, the Asia umbrella. So how are we still getting some of the same stuff sometimes? How are we getting Lloyd's race car again? How are we getting Lloyd's dragon again?
So Lloyd's whole car and dragon concept started back in 2018, I think, when he got his first Ninja Nightcrawler. And that set was super cool, and I guess it did really well with the kids. So they've been doing one ever since. So yeah, I guess that you kind of brought me to another point when it comes to Ninjago, is that, yeah, they're going to do the repetitive stuff like the cars and the dragons because kids love them. And who am I to kind of say, hey, I'm going to take that away from you? Because, I mean, there's probably a bunch of kids. I mean, I saw a kid at the Lego store the other day. He got like these 2 spinners in Lloyd's car, and he was having an absolute blast. He doesn't want like a Dragonstone shrine or something like that. That's the other thing that I wanted to say, is Ninjago has like such a wide range of like it caters to kids, but it's also catering to people like us. Whereas Monkey Kid is very much a premium product. Like, yeah, it's for kids. I feel like increasingly it's very hard to find the good $30 set. And if it's like a $30 set, it's never anything important. Whereas Lloyd, he had his Golden Dragon for $20 with Legacy. Like, you would not see something that important story-wise for Monkey Kid at such a cheap price.
That's true, Daniel Label. You gotta beef up Monkey Kid right now because it's getting cooked, bro. Like, literally, not only is Monkey Kid not accessible financially, even locally, I see people in our comment section saying, just cancel Monkey Kid. They didn't even bother to put it in Australia.
It's tough because you're right that there is a much higher learning curve when getting into Monkey Kid than something like Ninjago because of the weight of the existing lore. But, I mean, like Four Corners said, it is possible to get into it without having that pre-established knowledge, and then you can get your mind open to the wonders of Journey to the West and that kind of mythology. Monkey Kid from the beginning felt like something that I was able to get into and appreciate as an adult because the builds almost had like an 18+ feel to them, if that makes sense.
By Monkey Kid kind of being this kind of age-old tale, it's something that if you're a kid and you're kind of watching Monkey Kid and you have these sets, you can show it to your like grandma or grandpa. You know, if you were in Asia, like they would be able to relate to it. You can definitely share that. Whereas like Ninjago, I mean, I can definitely show it to my parents. They watched it with me, which is fantastic. But I can acknowledge that like my grandparents have not watched Ninjago.
Four Corners, what are you doing taking Monkey Kid's side right now?
I guess I'll give Ninjago a good point when just saying, because it has fleshed out its whole world, it is nice that all of these huge sets and everything cannot kind of coexist and live together in this bigger universe. Even Chima now being integrated in with it, like that is all part of the shared universe, and that's kind of cool.
To your point, Daniel, about the children, weren't we, when we were children, wanting to build sets that were cool? I'm not like, here's the thing. I know some kid fans of Lego, and they are still building the 18 plus sets, bro. They're still building the Pac-Man arcade. They're still building the Optimus Primes and all that. The 18 plus black box thing is just a thing just for adults to feel justified in their purchase. It's not like kids can't build it. So to that point, wouldn't Monkey Kid be superior having more in-depth and complex builds on the majority of their sets, average-wise, compared to Ninjago?
Yeah, and I think it definitely started out that way. And the first few years of Monkey Kid were just like setting the bar for Lego. Ninjago has learned from it, and it kind of feels like some of the budget is getting pulled from Monkey Kid into Ninjago because like there are some heater sets in Ninjago right now. I will be honest. We need the budget to come back. Like if we cancel Ninjago, then the budget can go back to Monkey Kid and make those sets even better than before. There we go.
What do you have to say about that, Four Corners? Because there is so much overlap. We do videos like, how was there 3 mechs in August 1st for all the 3 LEGO original action themes? Like, we need to eliminate some of this overlap, right?
I mean, I've seen your guys' videos, and even Daniel Lewa has voted for the Ninjago set to be on top over these years, so I feel like that kind of works against him. Seeing the mech video, I've seen the mech video before, like, both of them. Ninjago has won constantly. You guys even compared, like, the Source Dragons and Tournament Temple City. Ninjago, like, keeps stacking wins on wins. Monkey Kid's quality has went down, and it's yet to go up significantly. I feel like we know Ninjago's quality has definitely dropped, but it's went up. So we know Ninjago has the ability to come back up. Monkey Kid hasn't had the chance to prove it, but Ninjago has proven it.
They haven't invested the resources into Monkey Kid enough to make it have this broader appeal. Like, their rollout of the show has been abysmal. If they had just put Monkey Kid on Netflix day one and marketed it on their YouTube and Instagram, whatever, I feel like they could have got this audience, but they're just spreading, as Methuselah says, the Nutella a little too thin over the bread. We just need to consolidate a little bit. So it's like something's got to give here.
Okay, we're in a low point now with Monkey Kid, but Daniel, but in your defense, answer me this, Four Corners. I don't want to attack you right now, but will there ever be a Ninjago set better than the Heavenly Realms, the Dragon of the East Palace, the Demon Bull King?
Yeah, I mean, you got your Heavenly Realms and what the Dragon of the East Palace and all that, but it's very much subjective because we have like Dragonstone Shrine over here, or so much stuff and even when you consider price, right, there's like so many more budget level sets that look really good, like the Monastery Spinjitzu set here. That was $80 when it came out. That looks beautiful. I will admit they don't like dive into the lore as much. Don't have those bigger sets, but I think it's starting with Tournament Temple City. Arguably, I feel like that kind of matches the vibes of the Heavenly Realms minus like 10 sheets of vinyl.
But I think it's telling that the quantity of like YouTube content alone on Ninjago signifies that they have been able to create a weighty lore around things. Like if you have the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo, it's like, wow, that was the place where Roz and all these guys use Shatter Spin to just like, so that makes sense. There is now this weightier lore, and that there is a lot, as Four Corners goes into on his channel, like there is a lot behind all of these characters and all of these locations.
Just an absolutely awful debate. You guys are taking each other's sides, and it's just absolutely terrible, Daniel Lewa. Like, you're really just going to sit here and tell me that the origin of Shatter Spin location is much funner to build than heaven and hell itself, bro. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be the Monkey Kid advocate. It looks like Daniel Lewa just concedes. Monkey Kid is trash. It needs to be canceled. Okay.
Oh.
You're not really building the Heavenly Realms, right? It's like a bunch of sheets of vinyl and you're kind of
That is a beautiful set. You are building the lore, you're building the story, and it's not like just the building is the only thing that you're building. The Tree of Immortal Peaches the place where Monkey Kid actually becomes invincible because he's put in the fiery furnace.
They do have this knack for doing these like little storybook sets, basically, like telling different points of the story. And I agree, like Heavenly Realms, especially Flower Fruit Mountain, I think was my favorite because it was telling different stages of the Monkey King story. And Ninjago definitely hasn't gone there, and I really hope they do at one point. But arguably, the Ninjago City sets, especially the 10th anniversary one, was able to do that with Zane's little monument on the side, and then Master Chen's noodle house. You know, I'm not gonna list out every single one, but obviously we do have those kind of sets as well, and more to come as the audience grows older and older.
Is there anything else that either of you want to say as to why Ninjago should continue, why Monkey Kid should discontinue, or vice versa?
Couple things of why Ninjago should end now that we're here. We might as well just end it after the Dragon's Rising arc, because Dragon's Rising is pretty fun, and let's just say if it ends after year 3, okay, great ending point. So we can just cut it off there. 2, to make room for more themes that do something new and fresh. Yeah, okay, you could say Hidden Side video, they all die. Ninjago is the theme killer or whatever. But we do need space for other themes. 3, why do characters keep learning new powers in one season, forgetting about them in the next season? We are never seeing Spinjitzu Burst ever again.
Okay, so first of all, Spinjitzu Burst. The Cole was only able to do that in the mountain season because he was in the middle of his whole, like, in the middle of his element. So it's only something you can really do when you're in the middle of your element. But that's fine. So these are my final points. Monkey Kid figures have their like really, really high highs, but I think most of the time they're abysmal in terms of just being so confusing in which ones are the newer suits. It's like Ninjago has like very established, like every wave we know what the new suits are, we kind of know what to collect. I feel like with Monkey Kid they have like these white outfits, and I'm not sure if they're like subtly changing, and then sometimes Monkey Kid has this visor which he barely uses in the show, if not he doesn't use in the show at all. But see, if Ninjago dies off, there's no telling if there will be another theme that has the same staying power, because we're not sure if Ninjago is actually killing these other themes. So once Ninjago leaves, it might just be licensed products in the LEGO market for all we know. And Dragon's Rising has at least 5 or 6 more years, which would still probably outlast Monkey Kid, because they're doing kind of like one Source Dragon every year, I think. So with the way its story is kind of ramping up, at least 3 or 4 more years.
I mean, those are all amazing points. I'll just say I'm not buying a Monkey Kid set for MK. I'll be honest. I do not care about that minifigure. I'm going to get it for the White Tusk Elephant or the Azure Lion or the Eagle, whatever. Yeah, you're right that the other minifigures just aren't worth.
I think you're a Journey to the West fan first. I'm a Monkey Kid fan first, and I love the characters, and I love the show. But Monkey Kid has inevitably, like, the story has gotten better, but the animation has gotten incredibly worse. And it's no diss to the people who are animating stuff. It's actually the people who are animating Ninjago that are allegedly doing it. So I mean, they're doing as much as they can, but Ninjago is kind of getting better, and it seems that Monkey Kid's getting worse, I feel like.
That's true, Daniel Lewa. They discovered what works well for Monkey Kid and said, hey, why not drill more in the well that's profitable, even more so, which is Ninjago. So I will go ahead and deliver the final jury result, which was just me. Basically, listening to both Daniel Lewa and Four Corners at Four Corners on YouTube, I've discovered some new things from their knowledge, and this is where my thought process is, and maybe you'll both agree with me or not. But Ninjago has proven it can continue, and maybe, quote-unquote, should be the one to continue. Now, nothing gold can stay. This means Ninjago would not be golden. Is it a good thing that Ninjago should continue forever? I don't know. But is that the quote-unquote winner of the competition? Maybe, because I think both Monkey Kid's builds and minifigures, their high ones, are better than any of the high highs of Ninjago's. Now, Monkey Kid's low lows are just way worse than Ninjago's low lows. Ninjago is way better on average across the board, as Four Corners explained, for every age bracket compared to Monkey Kid. Would I rather have the Flower Fruit Mountain rather than the Dragonstone Shrine? Personally, yes. Those rocks feel a little bit more significant, but it just depends if you like Journey to the West or the Ninjago TV show. I think they should merge into one theme. Why is Ninjago's mechs better? Monkey Kid's mechs are trash. And why does Monkey have these amazing locations and Ninjago struggling on that? They need to make one Asian umbrella, make room for a space or sci-fi or something LEGO original action theme, bring in Chainsaw Man, One Punch Man, and more animes, as well as Doom Eternal as the first rated R LEGO theme set. But Ninjago may just continue to the end of time, and we are going to see quintillion more Lloyd's Green Dragons. And we're all gonna buy it and we're all gonna love it. Ninjago is the winner, and Four Corners will be getting sent this brand new ultrasonic raider. Maybe complete, it may be not, but it is the winner of this competition. Is that a good thing though? I'm not sure.
Special shout out for Four Corners joining us on this. A fire guest.
You know, a funny thing about the ultrasonic raiders, I actually just sold mine.
I'd be super curious to know your thoughts as to which themes, what the future for each of these respective themes are. Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it kind. They're fans of both themes, and we, at the end of the day, we love them both. Thank you so much, Daniel Lewa, for joining, and Four Corners. Please subscribe to him on YouTube.
Amazing debate partner, and Four Corners kind of eviscerated me, but that's okay. Shout out to all of you watching, chime in who you think would win, and shout out especially to our channel members who are...
In order, I'm Lidme, Dr. Dan PhD, MC Go, Richie Rage, Uncle Michael, Uncle Norman, Mary Kay, Oliver J. the Ginger, Lender, Cesar, Shui Lee, Grandma Susan, and Norman Davis, the goat of all time.
If you made it this far in the video, that is pretty impressive, so put Salamence in the comments below and you'll be a real one.